You laughed today. Probably more than once. And if I asked you why, what was so funny, you'd struggle to answer, because most of the time, nothing was. Robert Provini spent 10 years recording conversations in malls and on sidewalks and in offices, and when he tallied up what made people laugh, less than 20% of the triggers were anything resembling a joke. People laughed after saying, "I'll see you later." After, "Hey, how've you been?" After absolutely nothing at all. So here's the question nobody asks often enough: if laughter isn't about comedy, what is it for? Rats laugh. Sort of. Jake Panksepp at Washington State discovered in the 1990s that juvenile rats emit a 50 kHz chirp when you tickle them, ultrasonic, so we can't hear it without equipment. They chase your hand for more. They prefer to hang out with other rats who chirp a lot. But that chirp is one note, one signal, one context. It's play. Only play. Chimps do something closer. When young chimps wrestle, they make a breathy panting sound, open mouth, relaxed lips, rhythmic exhale. Marina de Villaros at the University of Portsmouth recorded these play vocalizations across orangutans, gorillas, chimps, and bonobos and mapped them onto a phylogenetic tree. The closer the ape species is to humans, the more their play pants sound like a laugh. Bonobos are the closest. They can vocalize on both the inhale and exhale, same as us. Except human laughter broke free from play about 5 million years ago. Something changed. We started laughing in contexts that had nothing to do with roughhousing or chasing. We started laughing when someone told us something. When we were nervous. When we felt relief. When we were being politely cruel. When we were trying to seem okay and weren't. Here's the part most people get wrong. The dominant theory for decades was that laughter is a response to humor, incongruity detection, surprise resolution, superiority signaling, whatever flavor of funny you subscribe to. Sounds reasonable. Except Provini's data demolished it. He found that speakers laugh 46% more than their listeners. The person talking, the one making the statement, not the joke, laughs more. That makes zero sense if laughter is a humor response. Why would you laugh at your own non-joke? Because laughter isn't a response. It's a signal. Sophie Scott's lab at University College London has been pulling this thread for 15 years. She calls laughter a social emotion vocalization. Not a reaction to comedy, a broadcast. When you laugh, you're telling everyone in earshot something about your internal state and your relationship to whoever you're with. The content of what was said barely matters. What matters is the social geometry. Think about nervous laughter. Somebody tells you bad news and you laugh. Your dentist explains the procedure and you let out a chuckle. You trip in public. You get pulled over. That laugh isn't signaling, "This is funny." It's signaling, "I am not a threat, I am cooperative, please don't escalate this." It's a white flag your body throws up before your conscious mind even decides how to respond. Robin Dunbar, the same guy who gave us Dunbar's number, ran a study in 2012 where subjects watched comedy together or alone, then got tested for pain tolerance. The group that laughed together could handle significantly more pain afterward. Their endorphin levels had spiked. Not from the comedy itself, from the social laughter. Laughing alone to the same material didn't produce the same effect. Your body literally rewards you with opioids for laughing with other people. Not at something. With someone. Which explains the contagion problem. Laughter is about 30 times more likely to occur in a social setting than when you're alone. And when you hear someone laugh, even a stranger, your brain's premotor cortical regions fire as if preparing you to laugh too. Before you decide anything. Before you even know what's funny. Sophie Scott showed that the brain responds to laughter the way it responds to a face, automatically, preconsciously, with dedicated neural circuitry. You don't choose to catch a laugh. Your mirror system grabs it for you. And this is where it gets genuinely strange. Gregory Bryant at UCLA played recordings of two people laughing together to listeners in 24 different societies, from India to Peru to rural Papua New Guinea, and asked one question: are these two people friends, or strangers? Across every single culture, listeners could tell. Friends laugh differently. The acoustic signature of a shared laugh between friends has different spectral qualities, different timing, different breathiness than a polite laugh between strangers. We all know this. We can hear it in a half-second clip with no context. We are deeply, absurdly tuned to the social meaning of laughter. So why can't you tickle yourself? Because the cerebellum predicts the sensation before it arrives. Your brain knows your own fingers are coming and cancels the surprise. Laughter from tickling requires unpredictability, which is another way of saying it requires another person. Another mind you can't fully model. The neuroscience of ticklish laughter and the social function of conversational laughter converge on the same weird truth: laughter is built for the space between brains, not within one. Babies laugh at about 3.5 months old, months before they babble, a year before their first word. They laugh in peekaboo. They laugh when you make a face. They laugh when you pretend to drop them. None of this is a joke. None of it has a punchline. It's all social negotiation. The baby is laughing because laughing means, I am safe with you, keep doing this, we are connected. It's probably the oldest meaning laughter ever had. Everything else, sarcasm, wit, irony, stand-up comedy, is scaffolding built on top of that ancient signal. Sandra Manninen's lab in Finland did PET scans on people laughing together in 2017 and found that social laughter floods the brain with endogenous opioids, same system targeted by morphine. The pleasure isn't from the joke. It's from the togetherness. We are literally addicted to laughing with each other in the most pharmacological sense of that word. Darwin noticed it in 1872. In The Expression of the Emotions in Man and Animals, he wrote that laughter involves the repeated contraction of the orbicularis oculi, and that it cannot be voluntarily sustained without genuine feeling. He didn't know why. He just noticed that you can fake a smile but you can't fake a laugh, not really. 150 years later, we're still circling the same observation: whatever laughter is, it's honest in a way almost nothing else about human behavior is. Maybe that's the thing. In a species that learned to lie with language, that built politics and deception and performance into every interaction, laughter stayed involuntary. Your body kept one channel open that you couldn't fully control. One signal that still costs something to produce, still tells the truth about where you stand with another person, still travels at the speed of sound between two nervous systems and lands before either of you decides what it means. You can't fake it. Not to anyone who's listening. Which might be why, in a world of texts and emails and carefully curated everything, hearing someone genuinely laugh still feels like the most honest thing a human can do. If you want more videos like this, subscribe now.